Ooh, we're looking sharp this morning, thanks to a local spot in Hamilton that will keep your kitchen knife and those knife skills looking even better. You know, it's been a while since I've seen this guy here, Gage Corlett, because we went into the shop on James South. I think it's like 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah. But it's great to have you in studio, Sharp Knife Shop. How are you doing, pal?
It's great to be back. Awesome. Thank you so much for having me.
Great setup. All these great knives. We have a lot to get to. The first thing is, what is a good knife to have in the kitchen? Like, is there one knife that you should have?
Absolutely, a fantastic question, and I've got you set up with one right there, Tim. This guy's called a Santoku. The word itself translates to 3 virtues, and depending on who you ask, that refers to either the fact that it's great at slicing, dicing, and chopping, or great for meat, fish, and vegetables. Basically, it tries to imply the extreme versatility of the knife. It's a little shorter than your average, like 210 millimeter or chef's knife like that.
This one gets a little bit trickier to cut with.
Yeah, so you're getting into sort of the professional length with these guys here. It is definitely more versatile because it's got the added length. So coming into summertime when we're doing like brisket, barbecue, all that sort of stuff, having a longer knife like this is awesome. But for just like, you know, run-of-the-mill tasks, chopping up veggies and all that sort of stuff, and if you find a chef's knife too long, the Santoku is the perfect option for most home cooks.
Sharpening.
Sharpening. So we've got a little setup right here. This is called a whetstone. So this is the Japanese way of sharpening a knife. I'll get you sharpened up here, Tim, so that when we get to chop in here, we're nice and sharp.
So you sharpen knives at the space, but also teach people how to sharpen.
That's exactly right. So the whetstone definitely takes some time and effort to learn how to use. It is the only proper way to sharpen your knife and the only way to sort of sharpen your knife properly over the long term and make sure it's maintained properly. We teach those classes in Hamilton and Etobicoke. We've got 2 locations, so you can come into either to learn how to sharpen your knife. We talk a little bit, but for the most part, it's a very like hands-on class. We're just sharpening the whole time. I'm right there with you, or one of the instructors is right there with you, just showing you all the steps. By the time you leave, you got a nice sharp knife.
So then you need one of these. What's this called?
A whetstone.
A whetstone. So can you get one of those for your house?
Absolutely.
Get one of those for your house. If you're doing it, do you need to be doing that every time you're using it, or how often are you shopping?
Every time. When I was cooking professionally, I would sharpen my knives every day, but now that I'm a home cook, I probably do it once every 2 months or so.
Once every 2 months. Okay, so then we get down to cutting.
Now we get down to cutting. So first thing we need to learn is how to hold our knife properly. So we're going to use what's called a pinch grip. You're going to find the balance point on your knife with one finger. Turn it the other way there, Tim. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, not the blade towards me.
And then thumb on the other side. And then the rest of your fingers wrapped around. Now what's also super important is what we're doing with our left hand. That's going to be our guide hand. We're going to keep that in contact with our knife the whole time, and that's going to help us determine the thickness of our slices. So let's grab something easy here, just another little red onion, right? So we're gonna use our claw grip. We're going to keep all our fingers tucked in. We're going to have that contact point with our one finger here, and we're just going to slice through nice and easy.
When you get a sharp knife, it is the absolute best. Look at this. Yeah, show off a little bit. I gotta take it a little bit easier because I do know this one is mighty sharp. Because you can go different sizes too, right?
Oh, absolutely. So yeah, what we're doing right here is called a julienne, which means like nice thin slices. On a red onion, this is great for like salads. When you're doing you know, a nice summer salad, you want some a little acidity in there, some fresh. We don't want them super thick, so that's why it's nice to have a nice thin knife. You can get them nice and thin.
Okay, let's get to some strawberries. We're actually running out of time though. So, but where can people follow along and even sign up for some of your classes?
So you can find us at sharpknifeshop.com. We're also on Instagram and YouTube. Just search sharp_knifeshop for Instagram, Sharp Knife Shop for YouTube. You can sign up for classes on our website. You can find us at 142 James Street South in Hamilton and 195 Norseman Street in Etobicoke.
And you put a lot of tutorials up there too, so if you want to follow along.
Absolutely.
Okay, so on to some strawberries. Let's cut some of these strawberries. Thanks, Gage. We'll have you back on very soon.
Okay, sounds great. Thanks for having me.
How would you cut strawberries? Like that?
Sure.